Hello everyone, my name is Keely Spildy and I had posted a picture earlier today of our plywood floors, and there was a lot of questions and comments as to how we went about it, and so I just wanted to do a quick video and show you kind of the process that we went through and maybe some of the products that we used. We used just a normal table saw to strip our plywood, and we used 1/2 inch, sorry about the sun shadow, we used 1/2 inch CDX boards, and that's kind of the lowest quality of plywood you can get, and we used it because we liked the knots and kind of the grooves and the texture of it. It gave us that rustic feel that we wanted. You can use a higher quality plywood that you probably have to sand a little bit less, but we found that it also had putty filling some of the knots and things, and knowing we were going to stain it, and putty doesn't take stain very well, we did not go with that. Once we cut it, we used a sander here with a 60 grit sandpaper just to kind of knock the edges off. We also, I used a wire brush on a drill to give the wood kind of that hard barnwood texture, so you can see here. And what I did is I just took it at an angle and it kind of went like that. So I'll get back to this board and the painting technique that we used here in a minute, but after we sanded it, then I used a Varathane accelerator wood. This kind of gives it the old barnwoody look. Here you can see I did part of it and not the other part. And then, so what I did is I did that and let it sit and dry, and then I kind of went to staining. And so the stains that I used was a dark walnut, a golden mahogany, and a Kona. I found that this premium fast drying worked a little bit better than the original Varathane stain. And so what I did is I actually find that I just used a stain brush and to actually almost dry brush it, so to get whatever look you're looking for. So I kind of did part of this board already, but and that kind of gives the wood texture and the wood grain, the raised grain look that we were looking for. Here's the Kona brush. So sometimes I would take it and go over the knots really well. I'd also use a rag on occasion and kind of wipe it off like you would a normal stain. So that kind of gives it whatever look you're going for. And like I said, the dry brush was huge for the look we wanted. When we first started, we just went to staining with the dark stain, and this is kind of what happened, which was not really the look we were going for. So like I said, the wood accelerator that makes it the aged look, and then also the dry brushing is what worked well for us. So over here I have some pieces that were done, and every piece takes the stain just a little bit differently. So I used the same 3 colors on all of these boards, and it just kind of, like I said, takes everything a little different. So you just kind of brush and dry and all that. So these boards in the house, in the picture, you'll see that I had kind of some turquoise and white kind of aged look going on. And so what I did is I painted these with just some paint that I had, and then I will go and sand this off just to give it the edge look, and then just with the normal sander that I talked about earlier, and then I will just stain over the top of it. So I would do that, but I am ready to go to town. So I'll go in the house here and show you kind of how we laid it down and some of the products we used in the house. Don't mind my mess because it is a mess. So once we got all the boards stained and laid out on the floor, cut to fit where we needed to, we started laying the flooring. And so what we did is we actually glued the floor using this Tech Premium Wood Flooring Adhesive. It's like a Elmer's glue, and we just used a putty knife to put it on the boards or on the floor and then lay it down. And we also brad nailed it with 1.5 inch brad nails, which you can't even see. So after we had the floor down and laid, and I cleaned it just with a very, very damp cloth, we started polyurethaning it. And the polyurethane that we use is this Floor Finish No Odor high traffic formula. And we're gonna use the satin finish. So the first coat, I actually dumped the urethane on the floor and used a squeegee. This to get it in all of the cracks and grooves and knots and try to make the floor a little more even. And so after the first coat was dry, it took about 24 hours, then we used this applicator, which works really well. It gives it a nice smooth finish. So that's some of the products we used, the process we went through, and like I said, going online before we started this process, there's a lot of different posts and a lot of different instructions on how to do it, and you can take what you want to from each one and kind of make it your own, which was what we liked and what made it nice. So I hope this was helpful. Feel free to comment any questions you might have below, and good luck in your projects. Thanks. Oh, one more thing. The wall color is Sherwin-Williams Utopia. And the kicker about that was that I actually painted it but prior and felt like it was too dark for the floor, so had to go a little lighter color. As you can still see there. Yeah, that was my mistake. Love doing things twice. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoy your Sunday, and I hope this was helpful. Talk soon. Bye.